So how do you paint light coming through leaves? Now this reference gave me a lot of opportunity, and I didn't want to paint all of those trees, those branches and so on. So I decided to go with a very wet in wet approach to this, just picking out the main tree. In this case it was an old apple tree, and the coppiced things in the background, almost a wall of branches and leaves and things. So I'm going wet with lighter colours and then adding in progressively into it with a variety of greens, mixing and remixing all those colours as I go, going darker as you can see, and building it up so the brightness in the background is showing through more and more as I put in those dark colours. There's a lot of water going into those mixes until I get to this sort of point. I can paint over the top and get some silhouetted shapes coming in as well. So I'm painting around the main tree, the main shape, and that's really picking it out because it's light. Adding in a little bit of extra sunlight, the golden yellow warmth in the background, and contrasting that with that cool sort of almost blue-green colours in the shade down towards the bottom there. So picking it up, I need a little bit of suggestion of detailing in that main tree trunk, so mixing up some stickier sort of colour darks for that. Adding a different technique for putting those on, so a little bit more of a sort of dry brush approach for that. Finishing off with a few extra suggestions of branches through that wet in wet area at the top. Just enough to imply that that's what it is, but I'm not trying to paint any leaves in the process. It's all about just a suggestion and trying to get a little bit of mood into it. So finishing off with a little bit of extra detailing here and there with a fine brush, just to get one or two of those delicate lines into it, building up that space on the right hand side there, because I don't want too even holes through that line of trees. I want to be able to see a focal point, and I want to take the viewer through the middle. So my main subject is going to be the gate with the bright light beyond it. So just adding in those posts, connecting them with a hint of wire, and adding a little bit of character. And I put a small bird on it as well.